I'm David Nugent, and I'm really glad you're here. This is Behind the Mask, where we talk about the feelings and fears that shape how we connect with ourselves and other people. If it's your first time, welcome, and I'm excited to have you join us. But before we start, can I ask a quick favor? Hit that like button. Why? Because it helps spread this message to someone who might need it. Maybe a friend who feels stuck or someone ready to make a big change in their life. That simple click could help them see the support is out there. Today, we're going to talk about something a lot of us deal with, but don't always know how to handle it: anger. Not just the kind where you get mad for a moment and move on, but the kind that feels like it's running your life. Why do we get so angry? Why does it sometimes feel like we're not in control of it? And most importantly, how can we stop letting anger cause fights, hurt relationships, or leave us feeling guilty afterward? If you've had moments when your anger got the better of you, you're not alone. And I promise there's a way to understand what's really going on. And by the end of today's episode, you'll know what steps to take to get control back. What's really behind the anger? I've worked with a lot of men who feel like anger rules their lives, often without even realizing why it's happening. Some of their stories might sound familiar to you. Have you ever yelled at someone you love and then felt bad about it later? Maybe you've slammed the door or lost it over something small like a mess on the floor. It's like an explosion from out of nowhere, and you're left thinking, why does this keep happening? Well, here's the thing: anger isn't just about what's happening in a moment. Sure, that guy who cut you off in traffic or a comment from your partner might set it off. But most of the time, anger has deeper roots. Stuff we haven't even dealt with or even thought about in years can build up over time. If we don't figure out what's behind it, that anger will keep knocking us down. Let me share a story with a guy that I recently worked with. I'll refer to him as Kevin just for this presentation. Kevin was like a ticking time bomb. He kept it together all day at work while his boss piled on the stress. But then he got home and would blow up at his kids for being too loud. Does that sound familiar to any of you? When I talked to Kevin, he started uncovering the real reasons behind his anger. It wasn't about the noise or even his boss. He realized when it went back to when he was little, his parents would always be telling him to and stay quiet if he felt upset. And over time, he learned to bottle up his feelings. But that pressure had to go somewhere, and eventually it exploded in ways he. Another guy I worked with, Sam, he used to hide his fear of failing. Anytime someone made a comment that landed too close to home, he got defensive and lashed out. And deep down, he didn't feel good enough. And anger became his way of protecting himself. So here's what I've learned from working with these guys: anger isn't the main problem. It's usually a symptom. It's like the warning light on a car dashboard. You feel the anger, but there's something deeper going on under the surface that needs attention. Anger itself isn't bad. It's just like any other emotion. But if we don't understand it, it starts to take over. It can hurt our relationships, ruin good moments, and make us feel trapped. That's the bad news. The good news: you can take back control. Here are a few steps to start breaking that anger cycle and feel like yourself again. The first step is to figure out triggers. Whenever you start to feel angry, pause and ask yourself, what's really going on here? Are you stressed, scared, or maybe hurt by something deeper? Recognizing what's behind the anger is the first step. The second step is to press the pause button before you react. Now, this one's tough, but it's a game changer. When you feel the wave of anger coming, stop yourself, even if it's just for 5 seconds. Count to 5, take a breath, and remind yourself you don't have to act right away. The third step is to express it the right way. Don't bottle things up, but don't explode either. Try writing your thoughts down, talking to someone you trust, or taking a walk to cool off. You'll release those emotions, but in a way that helps instead of hurting others. And the fourth step is to ask for help. If anger feels like it's running your life, don't be afraid to reach out for support. Talk to a therapist, a coach, or even a friend who's been through something similar. It's not weak to ask for help. It's one of the strongest things you can do. So what's next? Here's what I'll leave you with. You have a choice. You can stay where you are, stuck in cycles of anger and regret, or you can start making small changes right now. If what I've talked about today feels familiar and you're ready to take the next step, I'd love to invite you to my free webinar. We're going to dig even deeper into this topic and talk about tools you can use every day to take control of your emotions. Just shoot me an email letting me know that you're ready and I'll send you the details. You'll find my email address in the notes below. Remember, change is possible. It won't happen overnight, but with patience and the right tools, you can turn things around. Thanks for listening to this episode of Behind the Mask. If someone you know could use this message, share this with them. And remember, working through anger won't be easy, but it's worth it. You're not alone in this. I'll see you in the next episode as we keep pulling back the mask, one layer at a time. Stay strong and stay open and keep moving forward. Bye for now.